A young couple adopts religious twins to find out that they like to play weird and creepy games. Welcome back to Movies Explained. Today's film is a psychological thriller from 2023 titled Tin and Tina. The movie begins at the wedding of a beautiful couple named Adolfo and Lola in 1981 in Spain. Once the ceremony is done, Lola fixes her prosthetic leg as Adolfo gives suggestions for the twins that she is currently pregnant with. The newlyweds exit the chapel to the cheers of their friends and family who throw rice at them as part of tradition. However, everyone fell silent as they noticed blood seeping through Lola's dress. Lola wakes up in a hospital room as Adolfo and a doctor come inside. The doctor bears bad news that she has had a miscarriage and suffered severe internal damage, causing her to be infertile. The couple are understandably devastated. 6 months later, Lola still feels somber, especially when she sees the cribs they have prepared for the twins. While she takes her medicine, Adolfo expresses his worries for her mental well-being. She suggests moving back to their old town, but Adolfo insists that this house has given him a wonderful childhood and will give their children the same. He mentions that there's a convent nearby that houses children they could adopt, but this idea triggers Lola, who tells him to leave for work instead. Sometime later, the couple goes to the convent and is led by the Reverend Mother around the area. She explains the convent's situation to Adolfo, who is ready to make a big donation to adopt the perfect child. Meanwhile, Lola has wandered inside the church filled with wonderful organ music, which the Reverend Mother mentions that it's being performed by 2 7-year-olds. Lola wants to meet them, so the Reverend Mother calls for Tin and Tina down from the organ. She explains that the twins were left in front of the convent's gates when they were only a few weeks old. The boy, Tin, and the girl, Tina, are introduced to the couple, and Lola compliments their music. When lightning strikes, the twins run toward Lola and hug her before they ask her to stay with them. However, she says she can't as Adolfo insists that they must focus on their adoption, which has been taken care of. As Lola walks away, Tina says to Tin that nobody would love them, causing Lola to stop in her tracks. Knowing what his wife is thinking, Adolfo hurries her, saying that the twins are way too old and weird for them to adopt. After some convincing from Lola, the couple drive home together with Tin and Tina. They pull up to their big, gorgeous house in the middle of the savannah, where Kooky, the family dog, starts barking at the twins. In the front yard, Adolfo explains that he's a pilot, and the overly religious children ask if he's seen God while he's flying. The twins also ask about the distance of the convent if they are to walk there on foot for some reason. They are enchanted by their new house and run upstairs to explore, while Adolfo embraces Lola, seeming happy to see his wife smiling again. Soon after, Lola is shocked to find the twins playing on her late children's cribs, but she brushes it off, telling them that their room is across the hallway. Right before dinner, they also want to present gifts for the couple as a thank you for adopting them. Adolfo was given a replica of Jesus' crown of thorns, and Lola was given a replica of Mary's Holy Rosary, as expected of the religious twins. They even refuse to eat before Adolfo leads them to say grace. Lola, who still feels somewhat dazed, stops her grace midway, which is noticed by Tina. As she unpacks the children's luggage, they ask Lola why the couple adopted them instead of having their own kids, to which she responds that it's impossible. They say that nothing is impossible since miracles happen every day, but Lola is more surprised at the number of crosses they have packed. In her bed, Lola decides to take off the rosary and puts it in her bedside drawer. During breakfast the next morning, only Lola and the children are eating, since Adolfo has gone to work early. When Lola refuses to say grace before eating, the twins ask if she believes in God, to which she says it's hard to believe sometimes. They want to help Lola with her faith, so they tell her that there's a way for them to see God, but she must promise them that she won't leave her seat. After agreeing, Lola is shocked to see Tina choking Tin with a plastic bag, but can't interfere since she promised to stay put. Then, Tin is let go, and he says that he asked God for a miracle for Lola. After the suspenseful event, the children start a silly food fight, diffusing the mood. Later that day, the twins are introduced to their new classmates, but instead, a big bully asks if they're the children of Dracula. They even get bullied again after school when the other kids forcibly push their swings very high. Once they're home, they ask Lola why they're called Dracula's children and why God made them weird. To help with their self-image, Lola shows them her prosthetic legs and explains why she needs them. Around the twins' age, She used to live with her parents in a caravan. One day the caravan burned down, and though she managed to escape with a burnt leg, both her parents didn't make it. The twins say that God had saved Lola that night. One night, she notices some crosses put up above their doorways and thinks that Adolfo is the one who put them up. Adolfo denies it, then she asks if he thinks God is real. After their conversation, Lola goes to check on the children who turn out to still be awake in their rooms. They plead with her to play a game before bed, and she obliges. The game turns into a fun pillow fight, making the three of them smile and laugh like a normal family. But then the children turn off the lights and suddenly suffocate Lola using a pillowcase, telling her to talk to God. Right on time, Adolfo comes into the room to witness his adopted children letting his wife go. After taking a comforting shower, Adolfo mentions that they should punish the twins so that this accident doesn't happen again. However, Lola is hesitant to punish the children, though Adolfo insists and calls the children to her room. Despite Cookie barking at them, they both apologize for hurting her and tell a story about the punishments they receive in the convent, which solidifies Lola's decision to not punish them. Cookie won't stop barking and eventually bites Lola's hand. One evening, the twins are asking permission to watch the Dracula movie on TV. Adolfo lets them. After watching the movie, the twins sneak into their parents' room to steal Lola's sleeping medicine. They put on a mask and give the medicine to Cookie before dragging its sleeping body into the house. Tina brings some knives for them to choose from, eventually settling for the big one and a pizza cutter. Tin is tasked to use it to kill Cookie, but because he's scared, Tina has to help him make the first stab. The twins proceed to play with the body before reading a Bible passage and sewing the dead dog's body back together. When the couple wakes up, they see the twins covered in blood before discovering Cookie's body in the living room. When asked why they killed Cookie, Tin says they just wanted to cleanse its soul because it bit Lola earlier. After establishing that it was just a tragic misunderstanding, they bury Cookie and the twins' prey beside its grave. At midnight, Lola hears thudding above her room and finds out that the twins are walking around on their knees. They have wrapped some forks on their knees, which cause many injuries because they want salvation for killing Cookie. The twins keep mentioning what the Bible says, so Lola yells at them and says that the Bible is just a fantasy story. However, Tina and Tin insist that they believe it's real. Fast forward to Christmas Eve. Adolfo comes home bringing gifts of spinning plate toys for the twins, while Lola is busy in the kitchen. While helping her mother, Tina almost makes the fatal mistake of pouring insect poison instead of powdered sugar on the cake. While they enjoy their night, Lola suddenly faints and is brought to the hospital. However, it turns out to be good news, because the doctor says that she fainted because she's pregnant, which is deemed a miracle. The day after, the twins are marching to the church for a Christmas Day ceremony, along with their classmates. Their bully hangs around to insult the twins as always, before he also insults the Holy Spirit. Tin is very upset, but Tina says not to worry, as God will punish the bully for them. Inside the church, Lola is worried because she doesn't see the twins in the children's choir. Another mother looks just as nervous as she is before rushing out of the building. When the performance is finished, Lola is relieved to find the twins are actually the ones playing the organ. Unfortunately, the festivity is disrupted when the bully staggers into the church all bloodied up before he faints. At home, Lola asks the twins if they have something to do with the bully's accident, but they avoid answering her. Lola receives a call from the bully's mother the next day, informing her that the boy is in a coma and the mother has suspicions about the twins' involvement, as they were last seen with the boy before he fell off a cliff. Adding to her own suspicion, Lola makes her way to the convent to ask the Reverend Mother whether Tin and Tina have been involved in any violence towards other orphans before their adoptions. The Reverend Mother denies it, saying that they're good and normal kids, blaming Lola instead for her paranoia and her prejudice towards the Christian faith, as she thinks the twins are misinterpreting the Bible. Lola stands her ground, but instead, the Reverend Mother approaches her and hugs her, saying that God is right here and to never stop seeking the light. That night, when Lola checks on the sleeping kids, she finds a drawing of them killing Cookie stored within the Bible. She also finds another drawing depicting the twins hurting a boy, prompting Lola to take the drawings with her. She tries to tell Adolfo about the drawings and her suspicion of their involvement with the boy's accident, but Adolfo brushes it off, saying that Lola is overreacting. The following morning, the twins are panicked because they find their Bible and crosses missing. Lola has put them all in a box to be locked away until they are adults and bans any religion in the house, threatening to send the twins back to the convent if they break the rule. The next day, Lola's hair starts to fall off, and she's convinced that this is the twins' doing as a punishment for her locking away their Bible. Again, Adolfo sides with the children and thinks Lola is crazy, which turns into an argument before he leaves to continue playing with the children. Sometime later, Lola calls the bully's mother to ask about his condition, only to find out that he's dead. She begs Adolfo not to leave her alone with the twins, but her husband must go to work. Tina and Tin ask why Lola hates them now, and Adolfo convinces them that she loves them and they should show her some love back in the morning. When Lola wakes up, she finds her hands tied to the bedpost with ornamental ribbons. Tin puts on a show while Tina prepares some milk that is sprinkled with either sugar or insect poison. They force Lola to drink the milk and prepare a syringe when she refuses. Eventually, Lola manages to break free and hops to the kitchen, brandishing a knife towards the twins just as Adolfo arrives with flowers in hand. They are all shocked by Lola's reaction. After delivering her baby, Adolfo once again tries to calm his wife down by saying that it's his fault for telling the kids to make her breakfast. Once the newborn is in Lola's arms, Adolfo calls the twins over and she hesitantly lets them kiss the baby. She doesn't want the baby to be baptized, but the twins and Adolfo insist on taking a vote. It's now summertime, and the family are home enjoying themselves. The kids are playing in the pool, Adolfo is watching a football match on the patio, and Lola is cooking lunch as she keeps an eye on the baby. She notices they're out of eggs, so she goes to their chicken coop to get some fresh ones. Meanwhile, the twins take this chance to bring their baby brother by the pool, planning to baptize him. Taking matters into their own hands, the twins grab the Bible and the baby, trying to perform the baptism themselves. As the twins dip the baby in the pool head first, Lola runs to rescue the baby and smacks the twins while blaming Adolfo for neglecting his role as a father. When Adolfo finally realizes his mistake, he gets angry and decides to set the Bible on fire. The couple ultimately decide to send the twins back to the convent, as Lola had wished. During dinner, Lola still feels guilty about sending the twins back, thinking that she was a bad mother, but her husband refuses to talk about them anymore. The family celebrates their son's first month of life at a nice restaurant together, though Lola feels somewhat guilty that the twins now don't have a family to celebrate with. Adolfo says that if they want to be happy, they must focus on the future and not the past. At the convent, the twins listen to the Reverend Mother reciting a Bible passage about justice prevailing. Back at the restaurant, Lola seems to be in a bad mood, even stating that she wants to get a job and ignoring the baby's loud cries. Her bad mood extends to Adolfo, who is speeding on their way home before suddenly stopping as he sees something mysterious crossing the street. At home, Lola puts her son to sleep before coming downstairs to close a loose window rattled by the storm. Then, Adolfo wants her to sit with him on the sofa as he watches TV, but he realizes her quietness and the fact that she has taken off her wedding ring. He pleads with her not to leave him, promising to become a better father and stating how much he loves Lola and their son before he leaves to go fix the TV antenna. After a while, the TV is fixed, but Adolfo doesn't respond to Lola's calls. When Lola comes to the kitchen, she hears a familiar song, one that the twins used to perform their spinning plates in front of Lola. She starts following the song's source while calling out to the twins, thinking that they're in the house. However, she only finds the tape player in an empty room as the electricity suddenly turns off. She tries to fix the fuse, but fails, so she grabs a flashlight and heads outside. Lola hears Adolfo screaming and sees that the antenna and her husband are on fire. She frantically tries to find a blanket while Adolfo goes into the house, starting a fire inside. Horrified, Lola runs upstairs to find her baby, but he's nowhere to be found. In her desperation, Lola does the seeing God game that the twins showed her by choking herself with a plastic bag. After a while, she lets go and instantly finds her son nearby. She finally walks out of the house together with him before passing out. In the hospital, the Reverend Mother visits Lola, saying her condolences about Adolfo's death, which is apparently ruled as caused by a lightning strike. Lola asks about the twins being in her house last night, but the Reverend Mother says that they were sleeping in the convent with her. Lola doesn't seem to believe it, but during Adolfo's funeral, we see her together again with the twins, whom she calls her children. Lola asks Tina to put the rosary around her neck. The film ends with the family trying to move forward, but ominous signs suggest the story is far from over. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos.